Coming into this elimination game between the Florida Panthers and the Boston Bruins, the big storyline was Jeremy Swaymen getting the start. Now, this is a big call. Ullmark is more than likely the Vezina winner this year, and yet after a not-so-great showing in this first round, for the biggest game of the year, Game 7, it was Swaymen who got the nod. Now, quickly, we got maybe the longest hot mic I've ever seen earlier in this series between the benches.
There is Jeremy Swaymen, 24, and some pretty good lines going back and forth here.
And today, we got another one. Just after the midway point of the first, a scrum in the Bruins end. As Carlo and Reinhart got into it, Bennett would join the scrum, and in the end, it was both Bennett and Carlo who got dinged for roughing. But as Carlo's going to the box, referee Steve Kazori turned his mic on early, and we got this gem.
Getting that dump in on the power play, then getting control. Oh, Steve Kazari's got that mic on.
Now, I don't know what it is, but I just love a hot mic, and this was another good one. They give such a good insight to the way these guys interact on the ice, and this one shows how it's not just the players that talk that smack. But anyway, let's get to the game. So at this point, the Panthers were already on the power play, and so they would stay on the power play, where not a minute later, the Cats entering the zone, Lundell to Montour, and he scores. On the backhand, he beats Swaymen, who lets in a tough one here. Not a great start for the Bees, and 70% of teams who score first in a Game 7 win. So let's see how this one played out. From here, there were some incredible chances on both ends. What a save here by Bobrovsky, and then on the other end, a post. But yeah, that'd be about it for the first, so let's head over to the second, where it took just over a minute. Turnover in the Bruins end, Lundell to Luostarinen, and it's Reinhart who scores the second for the Panthers, who come in and stun the Bruins crowd. So not a great start. But with that said, the Bruins would get on the power play, where they set up Zacha to Orlov to Krejci, and he scores with a blast past Bobrovsky short side, and they would get one back. And that seemed to finally wake the Bruins up, as they got some great momentum going. Then later in the period, they got a pair of back-to-back power plays late in the period, the first of which, I don't know if that's exactly a cross-check, but it didn't matter, as the Panthers would kill it off fairly easy, but right away they got a second. Another kind of tough call, but this one was roughing. Regardless, the second would come to an end with the Panthers up 2-1 and just 20 minutes away from round 2. So that gets us to the third and final scheduled period of this series, where still on the power play, the Bruins would go to work. Krejci back to Orlov, comes down, and he scores. It's Bertuzzi in front who redirects it for his 5th of this series, and this one was all squared up. Then shortly after, Carlo would enter the zone, shoots a huge rebound, and Pasternak scores to take the lead. Rebound went right to the tape of Pasta, who's not going to miss this one, and just like that, they were up 3-2. And so then, as we would get past the midway point of the third, another bad penalty. This time, the Panthers would get it. They couldn't get it to go, and we were coming down to the final 90 seconds. The Panthers pull the goalie. Verhaeghe to the point, shot, block, and Montour scores. Brandon Montour, again, with his second of the game inside of the final minute, ties this game back up and forces the overtime in Game 7. What a game. Now, in overtime, Tkachuk got an incredible chance early, where Tkachuk found himself all alone and just couldn't beat Swaymen, and I thought this might be the one Tkachuk doesn't forget about. But we play on, and with about 12 to go in the Bruins end, battle by the net, puck gets to Verhaeghe, he shoots and scores. Just like that, it's over. The Panthers win, and the best season ever, the greatest in NHL history, comes to an end. And I don't even know. I did not see this coming, but wow. Congratulations to you Panthers fans. What a series comeback. And yeah, what else is there to say? The Panthers will now meet the Maple Leafs in the second round, which should be a good one, as these playoffs have been insane so far. But yeah, that's this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.